Figure it out yourself. My wife yelled it through the cracked window as she gunned the engine. Her sisters were cackling in the back seat like wild hyenas. I stood completely still in a freezing gas station parking lot 200 miles from home. They thought it was a hilarious prank to teach me a lesson. 3 years later, a judge taught her one instead. I'd been married to Stephanie for 8 years. 8 years of being the third wheel in my own marriage. Her sisters, Jessica and Vanessa, were a toxic package deal. I paid the bills. I fixed their cars. I sat quietly while they made cruel jokes at my expense. Family comes first, Stephanie always told me. I thought I was family. I was just the ATM. We were driving back from a wedding. I went inside the station for 3 minutes to grab coffee. When I walked out, my truck was running. Stephanie's hand rested on the gear shift. I pulled the passenger door handle. It didn't budge. Click. She locked all 4 doors. She rolled the window down an inch. We've been talking. You need to learn some independence. Jessica leaned forward, grinning. You're always so clingy, John. It's embarrassing. Stephanie gave me a manic smile. You're a big boy. You'll figure it out. She slammed the gas. Tires screeched. Gravel sprayed my shins. I watched my truck speed down the highway. The wind cut through my thin jacket. The coffee burned my hand. I was alone. I called her phone. Voicemail. I called Jessica. Voicemail. This wasn't a joke. They weren't turning around. I walked 3 agonizing miles in the freezing cold to a dirty bus station. 14 hours overnight to Denver. Sitting in the dark, staring out the cracked window, it finally clicked. This wasn't about independence. This was about power. This was about humiliating me for their own sick entertainment. I got to our house Sunday morning. The place was empty. I walked straight into the kitchen. Her laptop was sitting open on the counter. A group chat was right there on the screen. Years of toxic messages. Screenshots of my private texts. Photos of me sleeping. Then I saw the thread about Montana. We should totally ditch him somewhere, Jessica wrote. Oh my god, yes, Vanessa replied. You guys are terrible, LOL, Stephanie typed back. He'll just take the bus home and be all sad and pathetic. They planned it for months. They bet on my misery. Something fundamental broke inside me. I packed one single duffel bag. I left the house exactly as it was. I drove 2 hours south to my brother's place. I called my boss Monday morning. Transferred my job, blocked all their numbers. I erased myself completely from her life. She showed up at my new apartment 3 weeks later. She looked like absolute trash. I want you to come home so we can talk like adults, she whimpered. I stared coldly at her. Talk about how you planned to abandon me for months? The fake concern vanished. Her face hardened into concrete. It was a prank, John. You're acting like we committed a crime. I looked at this absolute stranger. Watch me, I said. I slammed the heavy door right in her face. 6 months later, we were in court. Her lawyer tried to paint me as a monster who abandoned his wife. My lawyer, Patricia, didn't blink. She handed the judge a massive stack of papers. Group chat printouts, bank statements, and the kill shot. Social media posts from the exact night I was shivering at that bus station. Photos of Stephanie and her sisters doing shots at a bar. The caption read, Girls' Weekend and Freedom. Patricia's voice was ice cold. They planned this abuse for months. Then they publicly celebrated it. The judge flipped through the pages in dead silence. You could hear a pin drop. All the color drained straight out of Stephanie's face. The judge finally looked up, her expression utterly ruthless. Divorce granted. Assets split equally. No evidence of abandonment. She glared down at my ex-wife. Mrs. Mitchell, you are ordered to cease all contact immediately. Out in the hallway, Stephanie tried to grab my arm. John, please. Patricia stepped right between us. No contact. The order is in effect. I walked to my truck. I didn't look back once.